Apex, the rather flamboyant in-game leader with a voice, and of course, partnered off with Shox, who is present in the server as well. We see P250s, a little bit of util, and a whole lot of Kevlar for the French, and a kit smoke for Nico, the only exception. A 3-man, 4-man stack into connector. Masuta is not going to be expecting this.
Oh my god, look how many
Hello? Oh god, overwhelmed. Traded evenly. It's actually not too bad, but the bomb is loose. And Shox in a very nasty situation. He's actually forced to use his smoke just for recovery. And now from behind they strike. Nico hits a crucial shot. He's getting whittled away out by Zywu, who eventually does get the kit loose. And Cadian's been thrown into a 1 versus 2. Now, if he could just stop Shox.
I think he saw him there. Oh no, but the door's closed. Yeah. Never mind, he didn't see him.
No. But the fact that Shox is lingering here.
All right. Wow, Cadian, he has to make a bit of a gamble here. The bomb, they know where it was, and they know exactly where both of those players were coming from.
So are they just cutting noise? If they swing that door open, Cadian's got a good shot here.
Well, he has to gamble, right? At the moment, he's in a decent rotation position.
Nearly said natürlich. Aber das ist Deutsch. Here comes Cadian. He is going to have the door open. Oh, they back away. Okay, they really are indecisive. They have no idea. They've completely lost him.
They're going the long way around. So the fact that they've gone the long way around, if it is a plant, he's able to pick up that kit in transition. Shox is going all the way back around. He might get a chance here.
Yeah, this is, I mean, with 30 HP, all he'd have to do is hit the first bullet. And he has. Slows him down, hits the shot, converts, and now he's got a pretty damn good idea.
He saw the legs.
Where Zywu's coming from. Monster hears him. 18 seconds. Cadian readies himself. He has the Kevlar, 9 bullets. Jiggles out. And what a shot! Damn, just accelerates around the pillar. The off angle on the fake was smart. It meant Cadian didn't get that fight he was expecting. His crosshair placement redundant, and Zywu with the 3 kills in the pistol. You can see how it has started. A great double. Just jiggling away, and no armor really did cost Nico. Valiant attempt from Cadian. We have Vitality's first. That fake position, I liked it a lot. It meant Cadian didn't have that immediate process of where that defuse was going, or rather that plant was going down.
Well, they've gotten into...
Vextaz asking for a timeout, round 1.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a technical issue right now that they're solving. It was a pause called at the end of that round, so let's wait and see how this one is resolved. We're back underway. So it's all sorted out, no dramas whatsoever, and underway we go. The guns are going to come out for Heroic. Look at this force by Scout on Cadian.
Ooh, he had a chance. Yeah, I don't know how many more peaks he's going to be given. I love it. The signature Apex Scout. Typically, previously, prior to the year 2020, you rarely saw Apex on a Scout, but with his new responsibilities has come a new weapon in his arsenal, and he's certainly got an affinity for it. Finds Cadian, doesn't hit the shot. A jump peek from Cadian, very ambitious, but the nade damage was worth it. A risk nets its reward.
Look at all the info they've taken towards B as well. So pressure on Vitality here with 1:15 left on the clock. They did that deep smoke. They took backyard control, and now stalling out Shox in T spawn. So this one here will be a slow round. There's still a chance for them to pivot through connector. Masuda has that under his remit, but this stack on towards the A site from Heroic here, it could be deadly. RPK, 1 bullet to the belly. He's going to fall.
Yeah, and then Tessa swings out for another 1D banger. Certainly set the stage for a potential, but going long does seem to be the right play. Such a heavy presence, toilets. Vitality have got a good read on this.
Need to be careful with the sound cues here, Vitality. If they give away too much, the rotation and swing from Cadian might catch them in limbo. He's actually tucking back in towards the site.
Little walk step. The smoke flying through the sky will be the first cue.
These B players are far away.
Already. Yeah, Cadian, he must have a look, and he's going to get more than he bargained for here. Long, he says.
Double tag.
2. Oh, the collateral. Eventually he goes down, but they've been softened up. Tessus needs a shot. He's been forced off the line. And this gets really awkward for Heroic now. Tessus caught on his own, isolated, and just Borupin's down with the heavy investment of an MP9 Kevlar. Probably just want to find a couple of jewels. That's Shox lingering all the way about party. He's been sticking around there, and Stound's done well to win his.
Oh, look how low. There's a couple of players right now in Vitality, but this is the unconfirmed damage. They're not going to be too certain on where that all came from, and obviously a large chunk of it through Cadian. That nade within the early stages, the double tag on the Scout. If he lands one of those, it could be a completely different looking round, but Vitality, they survive, and they know how close that one got. And oh, Shox as well, peppering on up. Stound gets tagged. It looks like he will be able to hold on to this MP9. It's the best consolation you could get in a round like this. Scoreline 2-0, Vitality off to a steady start. Now, I'm going to keep track of these 1vx situations. Obviously, the pistol round was one of them. We want to see where we see swing rounds, if there's an eco victory, because in a game like this, if it delivers anything like the last time round, will come down to those smallest of margins. So the pistol round's on a knife's edge. The anti-eco handled well, and now Heroic will have to opt in with a save here. We might see a couple of pistol upgrades on the likes of Borup, Tessers, actually going in for nades. Borup with a HE and a flash. I'd have a good plan for this. But when you look at a rematch like this, when the game was so close last time round, you wonder who's adjusted the most. Have you overthought the situation? Are you coming in as the winner, not adjusting anything, going with the same game plan? There's a lot of details in a matchup like this. And Nico tucked in towards tree at long, has a P250. And it's just Zywoo right now. So he had a little bit of a look. Nobody home. And just a slow approach here. Oh, Nico's being spotted.
A Mach 10 tree headshot doesn't really sound like something that's too attainable, but he has managed to take significant damage out of Nico.
They want to bait him into this.
Oh. It's a bulletproof tree. There you go. Finally, they take him down. War of attrition lost for Nico.
This stack over towards long was to catch them on the angle when they were swinging wide, but nobody's peeked it just yet. They're actually staying very, very conservative here, Vitality.
I like a bit of Stown initiative. Here we go. Calls Underpass clear. And I mean, there is a small window where Masuta turns around and Stown climbs the ladder, but I imagine Masuta will be very militant about this considering his team's position. His responsibility is this put... Oh, just as he drops, Stown advances. That's a gap, but so's this. Zywoo coming from behind the long players. And that's a lovely $1,200 injection into his cash flow. Whoa! Borup's got info, and a nade might do a significant damage. Damn, look at that. 150 damage inflicted for a $300 highly explosive grenade.
Look at Zywoo on the hunt. You know he's coming at some point, Borup.
Down. Wants a little bit of damage, and he's managed to get away with his life. Borup is added to Zywoo's kill count. Stown just evades the hunt. Doesn't want to be giving any more funds to that SMG.
Heroic are an interesting team to watch because even with their low buys or even low weaponry, they always have a game plan. Like they'll get the most out of every situation. And I think the same can start being said for Vitality. Their game in the early stages when Apex took over as the in-game leader was very fast. It was, very brawly, but now it's looking a lot more refined. They've mixed in a lot of slower plays. They're looking a lot more comfortable with each other in the server. Remember, Masuda was a rookie this year. And he's really come into his own. They've had some big series in recent times, one of which was a game against Astralis where Masuda had a lot of impact. Probably one of the better games that I've seen him playing, and I think that spurred on his confidence. As we take a look at this one, it was a slow, drawn-out round, but all in all, Vitality keep it clean. 3-0 for the start, and Zywoo even farming a bit of extra cash for that AWP going forward. Looks like they're going to be operating with that scout, a couple of Galils. This is a bonus round for Vitality, going up against the buy of Heroic. Stown has opted to keep onto that MP9. Actually dropped an AWP for Cadian here, so a lot on the in-game leader who might be tested.
Loved his molly. Oh, it's a deeper one, excuse me. Towards the playground, locks him here.
You're getting the 4-man B-lean straight away from Heroic, so it is just Cadian on the A site, and as the quicker this is identified for Vitality, if they can punish this, they'll force Heroic to play more of the standard, the 3-2 split that you'd be expecting.
They've been using a lot of long here. Clearly part of their game plan. Clearly underutilized by Heroic in the opening couple of rounds here. Completely denies him great usage of Masuta's utility. And he's actually sticking around. God, with it.
It's going to be heard, yeah.
Masuta's going to be working with a lot of info now. Flashed him off the line, but nothing learned. I'm worried for Cadian here. He's going to have to get out of dodge. RPK's already pressuring from long. Nico caught. Cadian vulnerable. They are pincering. They are tightening this noose. There's players from both sides. Tessus only gets the one. Cadian needs to escape, but Shox is right there waiting. And things only get worse here for Heroic. This is looking very convincing from the Vitality setup. Stown would have to molly the bomb. It's all too late now. Borup. Found, traded, Stown. It's been the last man standing every single one of these rounds. You can see 5-1. He has not gone down despite Vitality's wins. He'll take over an M4 and...
Has a smoke here. There's a chance.
Smoke kit, maybe. Give it a go. Zywoo the first challenge. He wins the duel by a Nat's wing. 12 HP left on Zywoo at the end of that battle.
So they get a free AWP. They obviously get that M4, which is better than the Galils that they were working with. So it couldn't be going better for Vitality at this stage. And we did, within that little death segment, talk about the fact that there is quite the lean towards the B site from Heroic within those early stages. Pressure applied onto Cadian, and he can only watch one spot. If he's unable to slow them down over there towards Playground, they can get over to Long very quickly, and you can see how punishing that is. Between a rock and a hard place, there was 2 more riflers who rotated over, but this is one of the issues I think that Heroic might have. If they are unable to take a timeout early and identify where that problem is, assuming that Vitality continue to pressure it, they don't have a coach to point it out for them. So how long until they can solve this puzzle? Heroic down 0-4. This is one of their specialties, though. You can see Cadian actually being able to buy back in with the AWP. And this was facilitated by Stout in the previous. He would have to find a lot of impact here.
By having Cadian posted on Monster, these two other B defenders can kind of help towards the connector, and that's where the frags are gonna come, because Apex is on his way down. Borup jiggles with the nade. Cadian wants to peek it with the AWP, and that is a tag. He's gonna be so mad about that, because now they can just push away from there. The AWP was located. Masuta catching one to the heels, and now Apex paying just a small price for another frag. Double kill so far. Despite this being a Heroic specialty, they are running out of options. It will be Cadian in the right place. Can he hit the right shots? It's Apex. Jiggled. Great shot. And now already losing Tessus. It's the end of the round. It's the end of the road. 5 for Vitality. They leave 4 standing as well. They've got 12 grand on Zywu pre-buy. They have started this T side so convincingly. And look how honest they've kept Heroic. Borup 0. Nico 1. Tessus 1. These individuals just cannot seem to compete to start off Overpass.
Yeah, they're not giving them anything right now. This is great from Vitality.
Oh, they're so hyped, man.
This is a big start of 0-5 out of Heroic here, and they haven't been able to get their individuals with a couple of multi-kills. It has to change now. It's 5 rifles. They've gone for a 3-man stack towards A early. They want to deal with this presence. Meanwhile, Vitality maybe outplaying them here. They've got 3 towards B, the bomb with an indication towards the B side as well. The nukes come out. 3 players will be identified.
Yeah, but that's why I always think about the stack nade, is it's such another layer to your fakes you can throw. You throw 3 nades there, suddenly you're suggesting, okay, there's a lot of presence B, but as soon as they've done that, they just park shocks. And now you have to react under the assumption that there could be 3 about to pop short. You don't have that info. Vitality have sowed a very doubtful seed very early into this round.
Nico cannot go down here without a kill. He's in so much trouble.
That's a nice combination of damage, isn't it? Masuta licked by the flames, and then the nade down to 14, but he's once again kept alive. It was Cadian's leg shot from the AWP in the previous. Lots of narrow misses for Heroic so far, and God, Borup's playing with fire. One random smoke shot would end him.
Jeez, how is he dodging all that? Shox has spammed that a couple of times now. Pressure on, 40 seconds remaining. It looks like this B finish will come through. Cadian looking for info. He's going to be heard, but negated by RPK's presence and Molotov. It's back to B. Definitely RPK selling this fake.
Yeah, he's doing his very best to sell it. And here comes this test on Monster. Down, got 1 to find. Look at the jump from Shox. Great angles. Can't finish off Masuta. That 14 HP's counting. Tessus looks like he was stuck. Cadian does manage to trade. RPK, it does go down. I'm fearful for Nico here. I think the element of surprise is present. No one's looking his way. He can get Masuta. He can even maybe find Apex. Caught sleeping. Oh, great adjustment. That's Nico bringing Heroic's first round into the realm of reality, and AK for his troubles as well.
Looking for this Zywu AWP. Need to pick that up. Should be over towards Monster, I do believe. There it is. So
why don't you bounce your head off the tunnel pipe and hit that opening frag?
Well, that's the thing. There's a real prevalence from Heroic to play that double Monster setup, and it looks like Shox has booked that, right? The fact that he gets the opening here is great work. The trade is difficult. You know, you're looking at down even for the third there with low HP on Masuta. So Vitality are well aware of the tendencies of Heroic in this one. And I think the reason they were still looking towards A was Nico is that swingman that I talk about. Well, he was playing connector. And there's Stout communicating a lot there. Lots to say with his death, right? He's got that cam. He's seen the presence of the remaining members. Needs to get that information across as quickly as possible. But Heroic need another round. Need to start stringing some together consecutively because the bank for Vitality, it was built.
Ooh. A different pace to this. And if they don't smoke on that molly, Zywu will try and exploit. They're boosted. Shox pre-aims and executes. That is stunning work. Cadian denies it. Back into Heroic's remit then. 2 frags found on either ends of the map. It was ZywOo going for that aforementioned monster control, but Borup's dealt with it. And now a smoke flying through the sky. It's a perfect rebound and refreshes the monster lockout. 3 members, all 3 remaining Vitality members gather. And Borup loves this. He loves just playing by the close smoke. If it fades, that's a jewel I would be remiss to be giving away. I think he's realized the same. He can tuck in.
We've still got 3 more smokes right now, so if they systematically use these, they're going to lock Vitality out of the round, but they're also currently operating with a lot of utility. There's another monster smoke. Vitality already pivoting towards Sandbag. Apex can set them up here. He's got some flashes to work with. Mollies as well for crowd control in the bomb site. Vitality aren't out of this one just yet. It's a 2-2 split. They have the number advantage onto this B bomb site.
The molly will be the signal. One spotted monster. That's info. And Nico does take one of the prong on shore. He's so flashed. It should be the end of Borup. He's trying to jump to evade the shots, and it actually works. Masuta couldn't finish the job. It puts it all onto Apex, who meets Cadian's AWP from heaven. So that's Heroic with 2 rounds on the CT side, starting to get the ball rolling, and they are in consecutive fashion, which causes a timeout. Plenty of cash. Of course, we mentioned ZywOo's closing in on max money at the start of their slew. That was a quick flick from Cadian, and he seals the deal before things got too awry.
Lots of good stuff in that round. You can see they were ready for the boost. Shox pre-aiming that. This is going to be an absolute tussle here. They are very aware of each other's tendencies. Heroic need to make sure that they're keeping 2 to 3 players alive. They don't want to be ending in all of these 1v1s, because at that point, Vitality just can continue that pressure and break them. They're buying back in, so we'll have enough money for the AWP once more. GG.bet odds at the top of your screen there. Difficult to separate these. Cadian's lacking a little bit here as far as utility goes. They have kits to work with. Armor is nice. This will be another gun round. Heroic really having to battle up against it here.
Okay.
So they've gone with the 4-man B lane again. Long was the solution earlier from Vitality, but now it just feels like they're settling more into one of these default scenarios.
That's a lot of utility dumped onto B, and it causes a little bit of a CT flurry.
They've used a lot as well. Check it out.
They dumped smokes, dumping more now as they swing into long. Tessus has been quiet. ZywOo about to peek into him. Not an easy fight by any stretch of the imagination. Tessus gets info and seems to get the hell out of dodge.
So much info for Vitality here. They've taken bathrooms, they've taken long control, they've pressed them all the way back towards the sites, and now they can retool. In rotation, Heroic have moved around so much. Look at this. Check out the A bomb site right now. We have 3 on the site looking for information. If Vitality react really quickly, there's only 1 man on the B site, and that's down.
So many people addressing the long gap. Tessus begged for rotations, and now 4 dug into the wrong site. This is amazing.
So much trouble.
What can you do?
They're ahead of it.
Very much so. A nade. Oh, the flashes. He knows he's just going to have to use his bullets now. Doesn't want to give them the location. Holding the line. Shox has won the duel.
No way.
Are they really going to save? Bomb's not down. 40 seconds. A frag from Borup has maybe given them just enough space to maneuver.
There's one smoke here. Apex has to launch that. Here it comes.
That's heaven locked off. A grouping towards... Oh my god, 4 members. Shox's nade is about to do so much damage. Oh, not quite. Softens him up. Here he is. Just the one. Now it's Masuta. Up on the site alongside RPK and Apex. Borup swinging in. They want to go for this. They need one now. Not getting given it. Doubled up. It's a Cadian frag and a big one. Apex head has been found. There's only one more. It's a good fight. Masuta caught by Cadian. Heroic. With a heroic attempt at the retake, do have enough time to scoop up any of the goodies. Cadian deserving that one. That's twice he's closed out the rounds with an important AWP shot. 17 points of health to spare as well.
There's some crazy mind games going on here. Heroic are one of those teams that search for a lot of information with the mid-rounds. They stay very, very active, and you could see it there again. They've been punished earlier towards A through that long position, and they bolster that defense. The fact that they get away with this one, it might put some doubt in Vitality's mind, but they did everything right there. I guess one of the small mistakes was not getting that smoke down early enough before that opening kill came through. But that round, they played with the rotations of Heroic perfectly. A little bit unfortunate.
They're so into it.
They gotta be. This is the fact that they build motivation, the fact that Cadian goes, yeah, we're not happy with the rankings. They're building their own reason to get fired up.
Yeah, it's like, you know, Michael Jordan telling himself someone's been bad-mouthing him on the court. In practice, ZywOo definitely got a bit of that mindset as they just walk into the site. Nico keeps it level. Nico, are you crazy? Peeking over the smoke has found a gap. RPK can't trade. The smoke is still up, and Nico so silently, so gracefully exits and re-smokes onto RPK's position, pushing on the flash and get them both down. A very quick reaction and a crucial one gives them that man advantage. And Shock's about to strap on his thinking cap.
This is something Cadian tends to do in these late round situations. Goes around the world, makes them doubt whether or not they remember exactly where he is or where he's coming from, and they need to plug this hole at some point. So Shock's all the way around now.
When does he walk? That's a real, like a Shock's.
Down might. Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. I think he was a bit too late on the walk there.
They know they have the bomb still. That's a question right now for Heroic.
You'd assume so, right? Cadian's position perhaps not indicative of that. And
did he see the head?
Yeah, he did. And he's just positioned himself with the quick scope. Shox could still win this duel. A tag. Switching to the pistol. Caden's not playing any games here. The nade looks promising. It's not quite right, but the smoke is enough to guise his retreat. 18 HP. Shox still miles away from the bomb. Caden's not ready for this, though. And he's isolated into a 1v1. Shox looking for something.
He's going for it.
19 seconds. The bomb is miles away.
Okay.
And he's not going to be able to get it in time.
Looks like he wanted to have a crack there, but they said save the AWP. That's kind of around where if you got onto the site, Stown could just hide. There wouldn't have been enough time to grab that bomb and be able to get the plant down. So many angles to check, so many angles to clear, and Stown knows exactly where he's coming from. So a good save of the AWP to give that to ZywOo. They're still able to get a buy. Vitality will stay threatening here. They haven't been forced down to these pistols just yet. And that's the issue. You're having to convert round after round as Heroic against gun rounds. And at this juncture, we've had already 3 1vx situations. So the money under question. Look at the buy. You can see Burup's already down to an MP9. They prioritized the ult for Cadian again, dropping guns across to make this one work. It's not going to be easy. Tessus and Nico are scratching their heads. Do we go Famouses? Do we go UMPs? Oh, do we have an aggro move that we can pull out? Well, Vitality have given them an extra 30 seconds to think and talk that one through. Nico's just going to go straight in with the head armor M4, so no utility for him to operate with. Stown literally has 1 flash. Tessus, a smoke and a flash. They're operating with bare minimum right here. Cadian can still invest in some nade sets. There's a kid as well. Galil's for Vitality, AWP for ZywOo that was saved, and we're still under the pump here. The pressure is on. Just 1 round is all they need to break the economy.
Wow, look how aggressive these maneuvers are from Cadian, Nico, Stown, all bringing some CT aggression. In the absence of utility, you have to use what you've got. In this instance, it is going to be weapons. Down in the off angle. Oh, no. You can't afford to lose that. Look at his health. Fortunately, finding Masuta, but a very chaotic duel puts Down on notice. RPK, this time unwilling to check long. He knows there's a risk attached to it.
Yeah, Stown's there, something's up. It's not the standard CT defense that they're looking at. So just talking it through, working out the next move. Death is around that corner, RPK, and I think he knows. Tessus has a chance for an info play right now. So Stown's presence towards connector means that B may be a little bit weaker, and it was, but they're rotating over now. Stown's even got the AWP on that side.
This is huge info, and it's reliable info. Swapping the AWP into Stown's hands also gives him a bit more of a punch. He's not irrelevant now. He can take his shot, still have lethality, still be able to tuck into cover.
They're clamped in now. They cannot rotate away anymore. They have to fight B Vitality. There's no way out.
Every exit locked. ZywOo, Shadow, Barrel. Oh, but still hits the shot. And RPK too. Oh, Cadian's so flash, so blind. It looks good. Looks really good. Tessus opting for the Galil. Nico through Monster Tunnel does catch Apex, and it's before Tessus gets any damage inflicted. A 2v2. ZywOo and RPK, quite the pairing. It's Nico and Tessus to try and rock the boat, cause some stress, and that smoke is a perfect way to do just that. No kit though, it's one on site. Tessus trying to cross, he can't do it. Great crossfire established, everyone hits their shots. RPK and ZywOo with a bit of an ace between the two of them.
Yeah, that was a great round right there. You could see the utility usage, the fact that Cadian was so blind. They knew the attack was coming. They knew that hit onto the B bomb, so it had to be imminent. And it was, and this is the start of the round. You can see Stown struggling with that jump, but RPK and ZywOo combining for those 2 frags off the back of the Apex flashes is just some big play. And then locking them out. They identify both were on the flank. That's why you see them pushing towards CT. RPK getting to play the B bombs as a T, exactly as he will in this second half. Very familiar with those type of duels, and now Heroic, with their money broken, they have to discuss the options. It's 1,900 as the loss bonus in the next, but we're getting towards the tail end of the first half here. If they go for the force buy and lose this one, oof, Vitality could be running away with 8, maybe 9 in this half. Burrow's bought in. Could just opt for that scout as well for Cadian, but he can't fully invest right here. We'll want to save a little bit of money so he can get that AWP in 2 rounds time. Oh, now he's gone all in. All right. Heavy investment from Heroic here. Would have been the double eco anyway, but around like this, oof, would be the turning point for Heroic here in this first half. They'd have to pull off a mad one. Over towards B, a clear indication early. RPK taking control. Are up through the smoke.
Oh, wow. Just was not anticipating such a quick presence.
They're already locked out of this. As soon as this bomb goes down on B, Heroic should save everything they have to have another crack at it next round, because it will be that eco, but they're hightailing it over there. They want to try and contest. Look at all the utility left over on Vitality. They've already walked through. Shox is already clearing the site, and now they can just start throwing those mollies. About to get a rude shock, Tessus.
This is a nasty reawakening. And Shox has already taken the entry. They're locking them out. All of that Deagle armor now squandered. It's just Nico and Cadian.
That pace from Vitality really worked in their favor there. The fact they get a chance at those 2 free kills onto Stown and Tessus entering the site unawares, cut noise, let Shox go in, have the search party, the flashlight out, leading the way. Coast is clear, boys. That actually forced Heroic to make a bit of a misplay. Otherwise, I'm sure they would have been holding onto those upgraded pistols, and now it's just Nico and Cadian to do exactly that. Doesn't look like they'll be contested. Vitality doing a very good job of not allowing these players to get any free kills and start warming into the game. Very conservative stuff. Round number 7. 7-4 for Vitality here.
T side, it really is. One of the very best at it, and justified by seeing 3 names in the double digits for the French. Just individuals. ZywOo is on that list, at the top of it, in fact, 13. Just needs to die twice now for that 1-3-3-7 scoreline. But double digits for 3 of them, Shox and RPK as well, all of which chasing that 100 average damage per round.
Shox is 5-0 in terms of opening duels so far. I think there's only been 1 opening kill in favor of Heroic here, and that was that Stown frag previously in Connector, so they've been operating at a man disadvantage. Back to regular programming, the B hits. This time it's the stack from Heroic.
RPK knows it's coming. He's in the right spot, only gets the 1. It's Apex who collects himself a nice double. $600, make it 900. Cadian, gone.
8-4, all right. I think last time round when these 2 teams met on Overpass, that was the grand final of DreamHack Open, it was 9-6 halves on the T side. So we're half of the course at this stage, unless Vitality continue to blow them out of the water here. We'll eventually getting back to the gun, so that force buy, then into the eco, now back onto the rifles, but once again, it's hamstrung, no kit. Lacking Molotovs on 4 of their players. Smokes are good. Rifles are up. No AWP for Cadian. And the 4-man B-lane again. This would be the perfect time for Vitality to go for that A-long punish. No AWP to contest that means that they'll get run down very, very quickly.
That is unless Stown and Borrow decide to push Shox. Oh, perfect. The flashbang sets them up for success, and now they have to accelerate. Given the information Stown's working with, they just have to try and punish what remains on A. And while Tessus, how much support can you give Cadian? A smoke. They advanced up.
With the pace change, Tessus going to get caught off guard here.
So grouped. Cadian unscouted. Nico spotted a miss from ZywOo. The spray from Cadian is something. He only takes... Actually, he didn't take anyone. It was Nico from behind. And now a half health. The smoke indicates where he is. A pre-fire will do.
Oh, melted. Look at Burrow. Mollied out of position. He's dead.
I think he's got more. It's not quite enough to make the round winnable. Stown's the one that will have to convince us. Bomb can be planted safe. Exactly what they're doing. Low enough for Stown to have a real shot at this. That's the first peak.
Huge.
A frag from RPK.
4K.
4K from him. And that was the pace change. I mean, you talked about it. You can see Heroic getting pulled around this map now. That this is conditioning. This is a team who have worked incredibly hard to make Overpass their map, and you are seeing it manifest here with 9 T rounds. Heroic, a hard-working squad by their own right, but just getting outplayed, outmaneuvered.
And this should be 10 for Vitality here. The buy again for Heroic, it's in question. P250's nays, that is the best they have to rock right now.
Feels like I've been seeing scouts, P250s, Deagle Armors. There's been a lot of them. They've just been kept under the thumb by Vitality. It's a bit of Fountain's aggression. Zywoo seems to have been able to handle that without too much of a sweat on his brow. Oh, they really want to push it. Oh, it's the freest frags RPK's had.
17 kills now. Look at him running away with this. And Tassus, well, on the other end of the spectrum, only 3 for him.
Yeah, I mean, this is a different kettle of fish. This is a very coordinated Vitality. Shox has been doing this for over 10 years. Take that. Thank you very much. 10-4. One final round. Will we see the 11th? They should have everything they desire, at least not in the utility department, but in terms of weaponry, we see Cadian has to make a couple of sacrifices, but this is the best look we've had in a while. Heroic in damage control mode here.
They desperately need this 5th round, and then they definitely need the pistol in the second half. Nuke is coming up. That is the map choice of Heroic, and that was another game which previously went to overtime between these teams, but Heroic have only beaten Vitality in grand finals this year, and this is not a grand final.
Shad with the stats, Shad 11.
Well, you never know. Maybe it's going to be a curse. Maybe it could go on. They get knocked out of tournaments by Vitality when it's not the grand final.
I mean, Vitality have been chasing this trophy all year long. I'm not surprised they've come in with point to prove and have started incredibly convincingly. Tassus, quiet.
Don't love his chances here. Spotted.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That jump. Couldn't even keep his crosshair on him. They just overwhelm. Cadian on the hunt to deny. Zywoo tucked into that corner. He knows it's the Orpa's nightmare. He can't see it on the jump peak. And Cadian's taking a risk here, so I kind of like what he's gone for.
The thing is, Heroic are going to doubt themselves. Are they doubling back to B again? If we go for this info play, do we get outplayed? Well, they are right now. Statues towards long. It's going to be the execute A. 35 seconds left.
Cadian taking a huge gamble. As they execute from long, he denies toilets. If he can kill Masuta, that's the toilet lurk. And now he's got that free roam to lock down the site. Nico, another important frag as RPK goes down, trying to barrel into the site now. Stands on Optimus. Cadian still using that toilet's position very well. A panicked flick. He's getting pressured. A wallbang will work. Shox has found him. But he's lost all of his teammates along the way and just does not have the time. A big final round pulled across the line. Heroic needed a 5th. Damage control found. Still 10-5. Vitality's turn to defend. Vitality have proven that Overpass is most certainly their pick. They post 10 T rounds. Heroic scramble together 5 through some hectic CT defense and a couple of hero plays. We do seem to be going Vitality's way. Navira's hanging out. The 6th man going for a similar 6th man roster, but this time integrated into different maps.
Mate, if I got to sit behind Zywoo and watch him play,
yeah,
well, that is what you're looking for. Some of the best player, well, the best player of 2019, getting to sit behind him and watch firsthand, that is a great little insight right there. And maybe he'll be needed if this one goes the distance. As we get underway with the second half here, looks like a 4-man B-lane in the early stages from Vitality. It will just be Shocks over towards A, up close and personal towards the bathrooms. Searching for info right now is Zywoo, big man to send up for the job here.
Cadian's got no util, so all of this long presence, it'll only be sound cues and presence of a single man.
Ooh, okay, they've even opted off of the B site right now, so they're playing in sewer, playing a bit of a retake. They want to let them into more of a trap here. Heaven Smoke missed.
Looks like it has.
Problems.
Oh dear. RPK and Suta starting to take contact at the same time. The Glocks aren't connecting, but neither are the USPs. Zywoo changes my mind and takes out Nico's. Back and forth, bomb loose. Apex just peppering them from heaven, and that's the price you pay for a missed heaven smoke. Cadian, very late arrival. He was the one spotted long. Apex was the one to spot him, and well, with 3 frags, likely 4 as Cadian's walking straight into Apex's crosshair. A jiggle confirms that he's playing a very safe game. Apex is not interested in letting this one go any longer than it needs to.
I haven't given him anything. Vitality are playing such a clean game of CS. There's no way.
No.
Absolutely no way. Sealed. Okay, well, that smoke is literally the difference between a plant and getting obliterated with 4 members of Vitality standing unscathed. Apex is able to deny the bomb going down here. He continues to bloodlust forward, finds another, and then Picture Perfect is able to punish all the space that Stown had taken, and that is with 1 missed smoke. That's all it takes, is just a missed smoke, and it falls apart here. It's going to be a bit frustrating for Heroic in this one, because to bounce back without that plan, it means that they're forced by they're working with very little. Deagles and a scout
and
again.
All it takes is one frustrating death, compounding upon that, and you've got yourself a very quick first map.
It's crazy how quick these games can seem to run away when you're in the server and you're playing, because if you're dying early within rounds or you're losing these rounds quickly and having to save it, it just runs away from you.
It shocks. Oh, he's just caught the perfect timing, fortunately. Borab was holding the smoke push and has 2 frags immediately going Heroic's way. That's a bit of a change up. Some risks this time not being translated into reward. They're going back to B. It's wide open. And the CTs do seem to be repositioning. Are they gamble stacking A? And yeah, they'll just save. So that's one way to win a round, I suppose.
Yeah, so the bomb should be going down B any second, straight in for Freya Heroic. Holding on to that FAMAS and M4, that are the best weapons that they went into the round with. So all in all, they're going to be very happy with this. It's only MP9s, which have been scavenged so far. That smoke towards heaven will signal exactly what they're dealing with. Tessus to get the bomb down, yet to frag in this second half. Play round number 2. But it would be nice to see him getting activated. At this point, there's a couple of questions for Heroic. Do they want to hunt down these guns so they can work against a cheaper, easier round next? There's only 1,400 loss bonus for Vitality in the next round. They're just leaving 1 man. That's Tessus with the bomb, and everybody else is combing out. The bomb now halfway ticked. There's about 25 seconds left within this round. Need to get a bit of a move on here.
There's a good chance that there will be spotted jumping for info long. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So
Hit a whole W now.
a bit of an idea. They're going to start to charge and throw nades at them. Nico's coming in from one side. RPK holding that. Oh, chance for Nico. Doesn't hit the shot.
Oh, no.
His 2 finally takes 1 away. And a little bit of damage, nothing else. Vitality 11, Heroic 6. They find 1 thanks to the Deagles.
Okay, so they took away the FAMAS. So now it's not as potent as it could have been for Vitality. Will they opt in again? That is the question.
Seems that way.
They have the 1,400 loss bonus, right? Next round will be the 1,900. Most teams will force buy at a juncture like this. And they'll do exactly that. Zywoo has the M4, so the Danger Man with the best weapon going into round number 18. If there was ever a round to bounce back and have a big performance with it, it'd be this one.
It's down.
Easy as you like.
And they've set that boost up. They're trying to stop the punish, and he gets away. All of that hard work
I think Kadian was watching Poison just before, going for a similar wallbang just there. B's been completely taken, all the information they could possibly require, and now, shoes on the other foot. Heroic did a good job of isolating Vitality on some of their rounds, but now they're closed in on.
Needs good too. And finished off by Zywoo. You said he had to have a round, Chad. Well, how's 2? Testus finding his first frag of this T half. That gets the ball rolling back in the direction of a Heroic recovery. Weapons aren't great. Masuta's flank is, though. Or up with the bomb. Oh, the timing could be catastrophic. If Masuta catches the timing, it's going to slow down this T side, and it will be almost practically a save guaranteed. To run in and finish this off.
Well, he's upgraded or downgraded. Either way, he's going to be a bit more mobile.
When do they go for this? They're throwing in the util, starting to advance. Masuta's working on the flank, and Shock's going down early. Does give them room to plant. Can they plant safe? Masuta not going to have time to punish that. Cadian's juking out with 1. Good shooting, needs another. Tess in the off angle, half health.
Tessus has to win this duel.
He hears him. Oh, great shooting, Masuta. Some real impact frags. Cadian, though, set up for success. Ooh, he catches some serious flak on the way through the smoke, and they do. He's got 2 HP. There's almost nothing he can do about this. Masuta's going for a 10-second defuse, and it's fine. RPK keeps him babysat. Lovely fragging from Masuta there. It was all about his timing and his own intuition. And finding just as that bomb plants, just as they're trying to work out where the CTs are advancing from. It all started with a kill on Stown. Doesn't get to contribute into this round at all. Nico hunted, and then it was just a late, very late, well-timed flank. Even you notice how Masuta didn't peek that, and simply by not peeking Tessus on that plant pot, he got the sound cue to make that fight a whole lot easier.
Yeah, Tessus had to try and either help the side player, and he needed to get past Masuta to do that. And if there was ever going to be a comeback from Heroic, that was the round they needed to win. Zywoo, great work from him.
Ooh, don't get to see this boost all too often, once or twice a half. They've pulled it out, looking to punish either Heaven or that boost. We're not getting either out of Vitality here, so it's just going to be a large investment of resources.
Can't believe he's staying
as
that long,
well as the paranoia. Now you don't know. Could they be pushing Playground for info? How's Long looking? You kind of have to commit to the B side of the map.
I'm not sure if Vitality would be ready for an AWP right now.
Oh, did you walk? Has he got his eye still pressed to the scope? No sound cue? Yeah, okay, interesting. So KD can actually scope his way all the way into the B site and try and catch one of these peaks like that from Apex. That's his plan. Let's see how it works out. Masuta could be the one to walk in as well.
Oh, the barrel, millimeters.
Oh, the flash is so good. Oh, Masuta. 2 rounds of impact in a row. RPK does well to find the 1 on the barrel. It's a very predictable position, but Tessus finds him keeping it in the realms of possibility. Not for much longer. Nico's just got no health. He's got 3 to find. 1-tap headshot would certainly make it slightly more realistic, but Zywoo's on the prowl. Ouch!
All right, well, 13-6 now. Vitality, 3 rounds needed to net up map number 1, take us to Nuke. It's looking very, very good, and Heroic haven't been able to come online so far. Tessus only with 5 kills. You've got nobody really being able to step up for Heroic at this stage of the game, and that's because they're not given the opportunities. The very, very few mistakes from Vitality in this game. They're not getting overzealous with any of their peaks. They're not hunting them down. They're giving them nothing, and that has been a key storyline, especially within that first half. Glocks are out. That's all they're operating with here. This should be the 14th. Stranger things have happened, but with the way that Vitality are playing, it just doesn't seem likely. Up sandbags, they're going to trundle. Retakes that up on B. Perfect play here. The bomb might go down, but they're not going to give up any weapons to these Glocks.
Yeah, you can see their movement. It's enough, not necessarily to win the round, but to get that bomb down just in the nick of time, as well as the nades and bullets did arrive. And it's a flawless retake, if you want to call it that. I don't really want to.
So we'll let you plant so we can kill you a little bit easier.
Yeah, 14. Making a very strong case for this map and being one of the very best at it. Heroic kept so honest. This could be a 16-6. That's a thrashing.
It's just the details at this stage. Vitality not making any mistakes. Heroic having a couple go against them, especially that smoke on pistol. It might haunt them. Shox might even continue to operate on this MP9. He's feeling so much confidence, allowing him to go a little bit more aggressive here. He's got the solo A defense job once again. Heroic, the AKs are out. No AWP for Cadian this time. And over towards B, they're going in. Oh, this on a gun round. You don't often see this. Look at that. 1 kill and they're away. And they can't even punish this. There's 4 on the site. ZywOo has the AWP. What are you going to do?
Ooh, the flashes give Nico room, and ZywOo does ZywOo things. He's finally down. And just Cadian. This is just a lockout. Anything they throw at Vitality, they have an answer for it.
This is great.
I mean, yeah, it is. It's very convincing stuff. I wonder what this paints for the picture of the series, though. Nuke is next. It's Heroic's pick.
Yeah,
I think we're going to get a much closer game there.
You would hope so.
I would hope so, yeah. I mean, admittedly, we haven't seen the signs of life from the individuals of Heroic to say it's a guarantee.
And they have to start on that T side as well. So far, only operating with 1 round in this T half, and they might be kept at that. Back underway, the MAC-10s, the Scout, a couple of AKs. They're with Kevlar, not even head armor, so it's an even duel. Doesn't really matter what weapons the CTs are currently wielding right now, as Heroic, they are really scrambling.
They're up a certain creek without a certain paddle.
Might be a quick night here.
Jiggled out. Something going in Borup's favor. I say that with as ZywOo just swings out wide to punish his walk. Really good stuff. Kept safe by Shocks. In fact, set up for success as well. The Shocks swaps with the AWP. It's down. Has managed to find a pick onto B, though. That was just through short. And, whoa, Shocks! Caught off by Nico's moves. Great spray control on the MAC-10. Looking to extend it. Looking to go another round. ZywOo active. Passes up long. Apex rotating to support. RPK will be given the responsibility of solo B. Heroic don't even know which way they're going yet.
Nothing's working for them at the moment, so it's just, there's going to be a lot of questions, and this is where you need a player to step up, take the game by the balls. You got backs against the wall right now.
Tessus has no util, so his long lurk will be just a flank.
Yeah, this feels so dicey. It's been the 3-man A stack again, so gambling of Vitality. They did this previously, and they were more than happy just to save. But in a round like this, I feel like they should go for it.
Yeah, well, ZywOo has got more than he bargained for as he drives past long and gets that info. Tessus tucks in.
I'm yet to go down. There it is. All right, well, at least they know that it's the other side, but are Vitality going to give this a crack? You want to keep this as expensive as possible. Take away as many guns. When the bomb going off, it's only 3,500 in the bank balance for Heroic. If you can kill a couple of their players, make sure they can't hold on to these AK-47s. You're going to weaken them, and the money is great for Vitality at this stage. This is some of the most reserved Counter-Strike I've seen them play.
Yeah, and, I mean, the results are self-explanatory.
It's working.
Yeah.
Every step of the way so far.
It's like a really rigid Vitality.
You look,
don't give you anything.
You have a look at the opening duels as well. There have only been 3 opening frags found in this entire game from Heroic.
Wait, excuse me.
Only 3 opening kills.
Of 22 rounds of play?
Yeah, the rest has just been one-way traffic.
3 opening kills in 22 rounds. Heroic have lost one of the most integral components of a competitive game of Counter-Strike, at least here on Vitality's pick.
Every player right now...
This was a surprise.
Yeah, every player right now for Vitality is positive in terms of opening duels. Nobody's hemorrhaging. Everyone's contributed as well. It's some wild scenes. ZywOo's on 5, Shocks is on 5. And it makes sense. The scoreline, this is a beatdown. If you look at how clean these are.
A quiet RPK 30. He's closing in on it. 26 with 120 ADR. One of the best teammates he's ever had, says Shocks. Does everything for the team. Doesn't ask for help. Doesn't ask for assistance. He's a role player. He's been doing it for years. Sniper kills 9 with 4 purchases. ZywOo's been keeping that in his hands. 9 deaths indicative of that. Heroic have only been able to take him out 9 times. Stark contrast to the 20 Borup and Tessus have collected. They've been having a bloody nightmare. Let's see. Does this have any more life in it for the Danes, or do we start the conversation of Nuke?
I love how in transition all this is. Look at this. Apex with a real chance. Boosted up. Good damage done. He's just harassing them. Whittle Cadian down to half HP. Down as well, 77.
ZywOo's parked up on Monster. As that smoke fades, they would be vulnerable to his swing. Taking a glance, taking a gander. Nobody home. It's downstumped over the AWP's scope as well. So he has the element of surprise parked on Monster. B-stack this time from the CTs. Masuta's floating to support Shox, who's gone for a very forward position. There is no one a mile in support of him. That looks like a very deep smoke to the very mouth of the A walk-up.
Look at that, using the sound cue as well to push off of. Shox needs info. He's going to relay this to his team any moment now. Fountain clear. Might even grab a kill.
Oh, Cadian's not ready for this. What a flank. 2 spotted. Trigger discipline. That's enough. He says 2 toilets.
They can keep this B lean right now. He hasn't seen the bomb. Might get them falling back. Yes.
Both just lining up for him, and RPK is playing with fire. Just stands and delivers in the smoke. Even grabs a fresh one to try and finish the job. Zyw's missed his shot, nearly gets punished for it. Borup's Khalil not bad, but Vitality just better. That's a 16-7 statement. Overpass is to be feared by everyone else in attendance here at IEM Beijing. You do not want to trifle with Vitality on their map pick. Nuke's next. We'll be breaking down our first when we return from our break.